I recently did one of the most adult things that I've ever done. My partner and I bought an actual house, or as I like to call it, a greenfield smart home. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Alan, the home automation guy, and throughout 2023, I'm going to be taking everything that I've learned about home automation and using it to create my dream smart home. Now I'm talking about building a real smart home here, and for a home to really be considered smart, it needs to meet some very specific requirements. Firstly, it should adapt itself to your needs, automatically doing the right thing at the right time with very little intervention from you. You shouldn't need to use a voice assistant or a smartphone app to control your house. Sure, you can use those things alongside your home automations, but they shouldn't be the only way you can control your home. Your automations should be tailored for each room and adapt themselves to the time of day, time of year, and who's in which room of the house. Secondly, there should be manual buttons or switches that you can use to do basic things like turn on your lights or control your heating in case your smart home system goes down, or more importantly, so visitors and guests can get around your home using things that feel natural to them. Thirdly, you shouldn't have to rely on a single home automation company or be tied into a specific ecosystem. There are so many awesome smart home products out there made by different companies. Why would you want to limit yourself to just one? Standards like Matter should let you mix and match different smart home technologies together so you can get exactly the functionality that you want. And finally, you should make sure that most, if not all, of your smart home systems work locally without requiring an internet connection or some random company's cloud service. This will make sure that your smart home keeps working properly if your internet connection goes down or if the company that made your devices goes out of business. In a nutshell, perfect home automations are subtle and work unnoticeably in the background, but you miss them when they're gone. This is what I want for my smart home, and I'll be taking you all along on the journey with me, showing you how I'm going to achieve this. I'm regularly releasing new episodes on this channel, showing you exactly what equipment I've chosen, why I chose it, and how I've installed and configured it. Each episode will cover something different, from getting my fiber optic internet installed into my rack-mounted networking setup. I'll explain how I've configured my Wi-Fi network to give me a strong and fast signal all over my house, and how I've separated it into separate networks for my IoT equipment and for my other devices to keep it secure. This network will also be used for my home security and my camera system. I'll show you my new rack mount server that will be the brains of my smart home, running Home Assistant and many other applications like Frigate for home security, a media server, and much more. If you're a regular to the channel, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Docker, and I've used it to run my smart home for many years. But a lot of people have commented on my Docker videos telling me how awesome Proxmox is, so I've decided to give that a go this time. We'll also take a look at the smart home protocols that I'll be using for my smart devices. Should I stick with Zigbee? What about Z-Wave or Bluetooth? How will I future-proof my house to support new protocols like Thread? What about Matter? Once I've answered these questions, I'll be able to finally install some smart light switches and relays to smarten up the existing lights I have around the house. We'll also take a look at how we can replace these dumb thermostats with something that we can automate inside Home Assistant. With these foundations in place, I'll be able to install a bunch of sensors that will trigger my automations at the right time. We'll look at some traditional sensors and some new ones that have recently come onto the market, and perhaps we'll look at making our own custom sensors using ESP devices. Finally, we'll put all these things together and I'll show you how I've configured my automations to make my home truly smart. I'll be taking some of my favorite automations from my old house and creating new and improved versions in the new one. I'll also be playing with some new technologies like WLED to create a bunch of brand new automations and wall tablets and touchscreens for extra controls. All of these automations will be shared in more detail on my Home Automation Guy website, so you can recreate them in your own smart homes. There you'll find step-by-step instructions, code samples to get up and running really easily and quickly. This is going to be an absolutely epic project, and we're both going to learn a ton from it. If you're looking to start a new smart home in 2023 or just level up your existing smart home, then come along for the ride with me. Make sure that you're subscribed and make sure that any home automation friends you know are subscribed as well, so that together we can make your home smarter.